Josh, did you hit broadcast now? You're broadcasting. Okay, good. What do you think of our new video? Just unveiled it tonight. This is the world premiere of our promotional video. Okay, so welcome everybody to the November 2021 TCNewTech Pitch event, pitch and networking event. We like that everybody got some time beforehand. You'll have time afterwards to network as well. I'm Jennifer Zunko. I'm the Executive Director of TCNewTech. Our mission at TCNewTech is to build a culture of innovation and economic growth and opportunity in the Grand Traverse region. And just by being here tonight, you're being a part of that and you're helping to grow the entrepreneurial ecosystem. It's our memberships and the generous contributions from our sponsors that make all this possible. So we appreciate all that you do, and there's membership sign up afterwards at the table back there. You can also sign up online. And I want to introduce to you our MC for the evening, one of the founding members of TCNewTech, Lisa Baker Lawrence, and she's with Access Point. And Access Point can take care of your employees while you take care of business. Lisa?
Thanks, Jen. Hello, everybody. Great to see a lot of familiar faces out there. Raise your hand if you've not been here before. Oh, woo, awesome. Welcome. We'll be here every month, usually the first Tuesday of every month. And this is typically the agenda unless they completely change it. We'll let you know when that happens. So it's 5 presentations, 5-minute Q&A, or excuse me, 5-minute, hold on, 5 presentations. There'll be 5 minutes each and with a 5-minute Q&A. I do believe we have a couple of announcements tonight and we'll kind of roll you through the program. There's going to be an opportunity for some updates, and you can see that there is a microphone between each aisle. When we give you the cue, if you have an announcement or if you'd like to make yourself known to any employers in the area, or if you are an employer and you'd like to meet any employees, exciting events, it's your birthday, anything that you'd like, we're going to make time for that. You're also going to need your cell phone tonight because we do have the opportunity to vote and award some money to the winner. So we also are a membership organization, so we rely on your generosity to keep these programs going. So if you would do us all a favor and be a member, that would be fantastic. It's $20. You can also support your friends. If you have someone else that you'd like to make a member that's not here, feel free to do that too. We also take sponsorship, and we have a membership table just outside to make that happen. I'm just going to get rolling. So we have an announcement from Janine about employee retention. Come on up. The big green button.
Hi, so I'm Janine Habak. I'm a senior tax manager here at Raymond in Traverse City. We're a financial and accounting firm, and I'm going to talk tax to you for 5 minutes. That's super exciting for you guys, I'm sure. So I'm going to talk about the employee retention credit, which was established in March of 2020 under the CARES Act, and it was to encourage employers to retain and compensate their employees during the pandemic. It was really popular, so they expanded it under the Consolidated Appropriations Act, which made more employers eligible for the credit, and it allowed for a larger benefit. And then it was extended and expanded again under the American Rescue Plan Act. So what is the credit? It's a refundable payroll tax credit for a portion of wages paid during the coronavirus crisis if the business operations were suspended due to a COVID-19 related government shutdown, or if your gross receipts declined by a certain percentage as compared to the same calendar quarter of 2019. For 2020, the credit is 50% of qualified wages up to $10,000 of wages paid to an employee for March 13th of 2020 through December 31st of 2020. The maximum credit is $5,000 per employee. For 2021, they expanded the credit to be 70% of qualified wages for the calendar quarter and applies to the first 10,000 of wages per quarter per employee. So you can get $7,000 per employee per quarter with a max of $28,000 for the year per employee. You can take the credit against your Social Security tax wages from March 13th of 2020 through June 30th of 2021, and then from July 1st of 2021 through the end of the year, you can apply it against your Medicaid tax. So eligibility, to be eligible, if you don't meet the government shutdown requirement, to meet the gross receipts requirement, you're going to qualify in the first calendar quarter that your gross receipts are more than 50% lower than the same calendar quarter of 2019, and this is for 2020. So once you meet that requirement, you continue to qualify until the first calendar quarter where your gross receipts are more than 80% of the same calendar quarter for 2019. So a lot of times if you qualify for one quarter, you're going to qualify in the second quarter as well. For 2021, they changed that requirement to be more than 20%. So if your gross receipts are for 2021 were 80% of your 2019 gross receipts, then you're going to qualify for this credit, and you have that expanded credit of $7,000 per employee. Qualified wages are limited to $10,000 of wages and healthcare expenses. In 2020, you only qualified if you had less than 100 employees, or you paid your employees so that they didn't work. And you had more than 100 employees, you could qualify. For 2021, it's employers with 500 or fewer employees, or if you're over that 500 requirement, you're still going to be able to take a credit if you're paying them to not work. Wages for the employee retention credit can't be used if you had PPP loan forgiveness. You can't combine the same wages. You have to pull from a different pool of wages, and you can't use them for any other ERC related grants or credits. And when you're looking at whether you qualify for the number of employees or for the gross receipts, you're going to look at this on an aggregate group basis. So if you've got common ownership, you're going to have to look at those common owners to see if you meet these requirements. So the steps to analyze if you're going to qualify is determine and document if you're eligible either through the government shutdown or through gross receipts. Determine your number of employees to see if you qualify under 100 employees or the 500 test requirement for 2021. Calculate your qualified wages per employee. Again, you can't use the same wages for PPP forgiveness, and then claim the credit. And you're going to claim the credit on your Form 941, your quarterly payroll returns, or an amended 941. So action steps for you guys to kind of keep in mind if you do qualify for this is meet with your advisor to determine if you do qualify, to see if you have that gross receipts decline or a partial suspension of operations. And then if you do qualify, if you qualify for 2020 and you haven't claimed it yet, you can still file an amended return for both your business return and for the 941 to claim it, or you take it on your quarterly 941s for this year. So that's it. Thank you. I was trying to be quick.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
All right.
Would anybody like to repeat that? Just kidding. So you ever thought you needed an advisor? You do. So they've got a lot of information. Thank you, Raymond, for being here. Also want to make a big thank you to DGN tonight. They are our prize sponsor, so they're generously donated $500 to the lucky winner this evening. So DGN, any DGN reps in the house? I know I saw a couple coming in. Thank you so much. We're going to get right to it. So I want to welcome Keelan with Experiences to the stage.
Hi. All right. So experiences. The goal for experiences is what it is we're a third-party travel agency. But the thing about the third-party travel agency is that we want to be your local person that you can shrink down and put into your phone and take with you. And what we mean by that is that finding things to do that only locals know about and that they always ask tourists when you come into a new city is, what is there to do here? And that's the biggest thing I always find when I'm out and about doing traveling sales. And with experiences, we do quite a few different things. Things to do, business events, events themselves, and then favorites. And the reason we do this is we want to break it up and categorize it and make it easy and user-friendly for the user. From things to do for outdoor sporting events to business, such as what we're at today, and other business events, personal events, concerts, family events, and then favorites, maybe something you want to share with anybody family-wise down the road. Now, it is a very competitive market. Travel agencies is one of the most competitive markets on the web, from websites to apps, but it is used frequently, and it is also a very great platform to use and a helpful tool once the user sees it. Now, some of these right here are your normal competitors from Eventbrite, Around Me, Fever, Fun Finder, TripAdvisor, and Google. Now, what I have found between all of these is that they all focus on one thing. Google alone, I mean, I work with Google on my website now, so we have created the website, and they work great with us. But from Google, you're always searching. You can't ever exactly find exactly what you want to do. TripAdvisor, it's great. They have a lot of opportunities for you, but you still can't exactly dial in. So the point of what we're trying to do is we want to dial you in exactly what you want to do, and you're less on the app and more actually enjoying your experience, such as experience live local. Now, pre-app and the Appeneers have been working with me for about 5 years now on building this platform. And I have reached a point to where I can actually no longer move forward funding out of my pocket. Now, this is a subscription app. It is $199 per month or $19.99 per year. It is also free to download on the App Store as well. So the Appeneers have worked with me up to this. The AOS project sales and organization marketing work directly with pre-app. And what they are is they're a data analyzation app marketing group that take all the data analyzation to make sure that it's categorized right and it's market right for the right user. Things to do, business, and events. So as you can see here, date night, social, family activities, and your subcategories for things to do, your business from restaurant, social, and family, to your events from business events, sporting events, family events. And those sporting events can be anything from your local to your high professional sporting events as well too. And then our audience is clearly travel. We first thought that we could do it as a lifestyle app. Lifestyle would not work because we realized that more people would be looking this up as a travel agency company. So our main audience is traveling. So that's our goal, is we want to expand to be able to work with all people through the United States as a travel agency company. We are first going to be starting here in Traverse City using our website. We just now got that up and running. It is still under works to be able to put in all the data information that Traverse City has to offer, as there is a lot of beautiful things and beautiful scenery to see here in Traverse City. The lifestyle things to do is our main focus. Our business, so as you can see, it'll be pictures, categorized, easy to use, easy platform, directions, business hours. It also will be great for business owners as well too, as it will provide an extra marketing platform for them as well too. And then the event side, on our website, we are going to be able to provide event hosting as well too. As well, as soon as the app comes out, we plan to actually start performing our own events as well too. We are focusing on branding right now. And then favorites. Our favorite section is just clearly something you want to share with somebody. You find it very interesting and you just want to share with family. We are looking for an investment loan of $470,000. Thank you. What? Does anyone have any questions? Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to provide a free offer of 2 months of marketing off the website itself, because right now the website's just up and coming. So we're focusing on branding. So our main focus for businesses locally is we just want to get out and just get to know the locals, get to know the business, and hopefully get some feedback from business owners to where we can enhance this, make it really fun within our community. And then eventually down the road, maybe 2 or 5 years, we can eventually expand to where the app and everything, it can be eventually be used as a full platform as what we expect. Yes. I live locally here in Traverse City, born and raised, graduated from Central in 2015. Unfortunately, no. So what happened is I helped build a roofing company. And after helping build that, I understood that I jumped the gun a little early on building the app and should have actually branded the company first. So that is why I'm actually taking a couple steps backwards, and I built the website, and now I'm going out to the local business owners to hopefully see the passion I have behind this platform. Yes. It's going to be pulled in from like Eventbrite, Facebook right now until we actually have a branding of source of actual people coming to the website and the platform. And then once we have that, we plan to actually use actual events. Because first thing I would hate to do is make an event and nobody show up because they know nothing about it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Keelan. Next to the stage, we want to invite Warren Call, the president and CEO of Traverse Connect.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks, Lisa. All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Warren Call, president and CEO of Traverse Connect, and I'm going to be really brief because I've been talking all day. So behind me, you're going to see scrolling the newest addition to the Creative Coast website. The information and resources of the Creative Coast Entrepreneurial Toolbox, and this is very new. The toolbox is designed to pull together our extensive regional resources and the full breadth and depth of our entrepreneurial ecosystem. As you'll see, we highlight key organizations such as TC Codes, TC Cyber, 20 Fathoms, and of course, TCNewTech. We provide links to access to investment capital, startup services, and programs for scaling businesses. There's links to the SBDC, there's links to SCORE. We're trying to make it as comprehensive as possible. There's a number of featured articles, testimonials from local entrepreneurs such as Ken Davies, who is obviously one of the success stories with Birch Infrastructure from 20 Fathoms. There's a video with an overview from Casey Cowell and McKeel Haggerty about what this area can offer to growing businesses and resources for moving your existing businesses, an existing business to our region. We tell the story of local entrepreneurs with podcast recordings, as well as a number of videos from our Scale Up North Awards program. And we feature some of our leading local companies with profile pages. So that's a very, very brief recap of what's there. It is pretty new. Hopefully, many, if not all of you, are somewhat familiar with the Creative Coast program. The initial Creative Coast website was developed as a one-stop shop for those who are relocating, how to plug in, how to, where to live, how to get connected, how to further your career. And the idea with phase one was all about attracting talent, right? Building our workforce. Phase two is focused on the entrepreneur, promoting them, supporting them, and attracting them to this area. Because entrepreneur-led development is really the key, we feel, is the key to growth. And the strength of our entrepreneurial ecosystem is how we believe that growth can be sustained over a long period of time. There's a QR code right there. Please scan it and visit the site. This is pretty new. Give it a test drive and let us know what's missing and how it can be improved. I'd be especially interested for the pitch companies tonight, those individuals, to let us know what could be enhanced or improved there so that it's a better resource for all of you. We appreciate the feedback. And that's it for me. Enjoy the pitches. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. So next I have a brief introduction for Steve and JC Bailey of Bailey's Farms. They're a graduate of the Arrowhead Incubator for Native Americans. November just happened to be Native American Heritage Month, so welcome.
So all set. So good evening, everyone. My name is Steve Bailey. This is my wife, JC. We're the husband and wife team and the owners of Bailey's Farms. Tonight, we're here to talk to you about our kombucha that we produce here in northern Michigan and use teas grown here in Traverse City. In addition to the kombucha we produce, we also have an apiary consisting of 23 beehives. We also have 6 goats, hence our logo. So what we do, we produce kombucha. Kombucha using teas grown here in northern Michigan. And for those who don't know what kombucha is, it's a fermented black tea, organic black tea and organic cane sugar. Through that fermentation, it creates an environment in which probiotics flourish, in addition to high quality antioxidants being pulled from the high quality teas and tisanes that we use.
Our mission at Bailey's Farms is to have a positive impact on the community, our environment, and hence our planet. For our community, we produce
Can I ask you to speak in here?
Sorry. For our community, we produce an amazing non-alcoholic beverage utilizing local agriculture, which has a positive impact on the well-being, physical and mental well-being of people. For our environment, we take care of and we also educate on pollinators.
Why we are different. We produce kombucha using only the finest ingredients. We source all of our teas from Light of Day Organics, Michigan's only tea farm. Our approach to brewing is to pull the most flavor from the teas and tisanes we use while minimizing a strong vinegar profile. We are the only brewer of kombucha using teas grown in Michigan.
What does the future of the kombucha market look like? There we go. So in the currently the global market is $1.5 billion. By 2025, that is projected to be at $3.5 to $5 billion. And these statistics were provided by the SBDC. So when we formed Bailey's Farms Kombucha back in the beginning of 2021, we had a 4-phase plan that we wanted to be able to meet that market demand of kombucha. So we wanted to have an active presence on social media. We wanted to be able to participate at the local farmers markets for people to taste the difference. And we also wanted to be able to establish a distribution chain and also to form a retail outlet presence throughout the local region. Tonight, we actually will be presenting the opportunity to complete the plan as well as our mission.
So what does the competitive market look like here in northern Michigan? Locally, there's Choice and Cultured Kombucha, both who are distributed throughout the state of Michigan. Michigan companies that we work with, Light of Day Organics, Rocket Science Creative, Packline USA, and Artex Label and Graphics. Our competitive edge. We source only the finest ingredients. Our teas, as I mentioned before, come from Light of Day Organics. It's a USDA certified organic and Demeter biodynamic certified tea farm. This is North America's only tea farm with that level of certification. We focus on a tea forward flavor that is unique amongst the kombucha market. The result is a complex and pleasing flavor profile without a strong vinegar taste.
Growth that Bailey's Farms has experienced mirrors the kombucha growth globally. We launched with 7 flavors. We're now at 10 flavors. We launched in April of 2021 with 8 brewing vessels. We're now at 60 brewing vessels. Production for the first month was 512 bottles. We are now at 3,840 bottles a month. Sales, we participated, obviously we have a presence in the retail market. With our sales, we tripled between the months of July and October. Sales have been in excess of $25,000 retail from the beginning in July. Farmers markets sales have been in excess of $50,000. Due to demand outside of our region, we launched online sales in October.
And this brings us to our ask. We are looking at investment in our company to continue distribution throughout the state of Michigan, in addition to continuing to serve the community that we live in with a healthy alternative to soft drinks and alcohol. We want to once again thank everybody for your attention. We appreciate being invited here. Thank you.
Anybody have a question?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Okay, so do we insource all the products we use? Let me know if I'm not answering correctly. The only product we have to go outside of Light of Day Organics for is organic cane sugar. If she grew that, of course, we would absolutely be buying that from her. Aside from that, the water that we use, organic cane sugar, everything comes from Light of Day, the tea farm.
Yeah, so the question is that 4 years ago, there was a presentation on an alcoholic kombucha. It's now distributed through the United States, and whether or not we intend to do an alcoholic kombucha. So that is something that we've thought long and hard about, and it probably is not in our future, just because it's not part of our mission. Our mission is more for a healthy community. There are lots of other alcoholic alternatives out there. So I would say that we are going to stick to non-alcoholic, but also being able to have a presence tap-wise alongside alcohol.
And we will bring you wherever we go to present. Thank you. So we label with what we start. Each bottle, there's 14 grams of sugar, but for a fermentation to occur, and when you research this, you'll probably see this online. Literally, the yeast consumes some of that sugar, but we label with what we begin with. So it's labeled for 14 grams of sugar. Fermentation happens. Some of that sugar is consumed, but we label for what we start with. So the question is that $50,000, what is that for? Is production part of it? The $50,000 would be, the challenge we face is we self-distribute. The distributors that stock kombucha will say, hey, the market's inundated. Right now, we're not looking for another brand. And we're in the process of building the brand, making, as stated earlier, hey, our approach is totally different. The things we can say we're doing different than anybody else, Michigan-grown teas, organic and biodynamic teas. Biodynamic, Demeter biodynamic certification means literally North America's only tea farm that has that, in addition to our flavor profiles. The flavor is just, if we made a strong vinegar profile, we would immediately eliminate some who might not be inclined to that taste profile, where literally our target audience is everyone. that $50,000 is going to be used towards a refrigerated van. So we can continue to establish the brand, make those retail relationships. So that way, when we're known, we then have the option of approaching the distributors who know of us or reach out to us and say, we'd like to carry your brand.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So next we have Susan and Stephanie returning with Telebehavioral Health, US. Who's driving?
Hi, thank you for having us tonight. My name is Susie Regas-Morozevich, and this is Stephanie Sikma. Stephanie's going to go over there.
Here I am.
Stephanie's going to drive while I talk. So we're from Telebehavioral Health US. Our logo is same therapy, different couch. So I started the company in 2016. Oh, that went backwards. Play again. There you go. This here. Let me see. Or wrong way.
I got it.
Leave it to me.
I think that 2020.
So now that we're all done here, just kidding. Now that you, so I started the company in 2016. Can you drive? Yeah. Nope, it still went to the next one. Yeah,
That's the first slide.
it's not showing. Yeah,
It's just a slide error. So this is the first one.
yeah, it's
That's the
missing.
end.
It's missing like most of our slides. Oh no.
We're gonna wing it though.
Yeah, we're gonna wing it. So I'm gonna get up here and sing a song. Thank you. So what you would see up here be a slide of the United States of America. And most of that slide is going to be, that map is going to be a dark navy blue area. Over 90% of that map is going to be dark navy blue. And that map represents the areas of the United States that are mental health provider shortage areas, where there's not access to treatment. And the US faces a real problem. We have 111 million people living in these areas, 40 million people a year living in provider shortage areas that don't get access to treatment. And they tell me I spend way too much time talking too fastly about the problem. So I'm not going to spend too much time, but raise your hand if you've been impacted by mental illness or you know someone who has. Exactly. Most of us have. We have a provider shortage that is being perpetuated by working conditions, workforce conditions in mental health for mental health providers. And there's a thought that goes with it, but we'll skip ahead. So the next slide was what? The solution. The next slide was the solution. So the solution to address the leading source of disease burden, according to SAMHSA, which is mental illness in the United States, pre-COVID and will be post-COVID, suicide being the leading cause of death for 10 to 34-year-olds, which is up in the past 5 years from 14 to 25-year-olds. The solution is to improve workforce conditions by leveraging technology to increase access to care. So what we do is we provide all of our services online. Unlike our market competition, Talkspace, Breakthrough, Insight Regain, BetterHelp, anything you think of with online therapy, what makes us different is we're a healthcare organization, and those are software companies. And healthcare organizations are held to HIPAA. Software companies are not. Healthcare organizations can be reimbursed by your insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid, which we've been in a network with since 2016. We're currently in 6 different states. In the past year, since we started scaling in 2020, we have generated over $750,000 in revenue. 70% of which has gone back to our workers. We are very worker-centric. And so what we do is take care of their needs so they can take care of those in needs. We take out of the workforce the things that perpetuate the leading source of disease burden and the shortage in the country, and we bring real treatment to people in need, regardless of where they're at. When they register for services with Telebehavioral Health US, they get a live person if they need it. We have staff that help them through that process. We are looking for, so our ask, we're looking for $1.37 million right now so that we can get to 275 clinicians by fiscal year end 2025. So is that up there? Yeah. Let me- I would, well, the one slide that did stick is our revenue. So let's all be psyched about that one. So that's the thing. So this is what we're looking for. Right now, what we need help with is to get away from the hamster wheel of Stephanie and myself and the biller that generates or does all the administrative work for this company. I have a degree in social work, not IT. I am sick of trying to build IT programs. We need help with IT staffing, more administrative support, professional services like accounting and legal, marketing, recruiting, operating expenses, and technology costs. All of that growth that you see here, this has been 100% organic. We are afraid to market right now because of the need for mental health services in America. We're afraid to market because it will exceed our capacity, which is why we want to start now at 50 clinicians. We have 20 on board right now. We start at 50. The funding we're asking for allows us to start at 50 and scale to 275 by 2025. Our projected revenue, if we do that, would be just under 9 million by 2025, and our net profit would be just under 5 million by 2025. That's how big this need is, and the service is needed. So
I'll just add to that. Our biggest need right now is really the expertise of different fields. Like Susie was saying, technology, marketing, and all of the things that we can extend ourselves as social workers. But we know there are more expertise in the fields that we need help with.
And in the question and answer period, if you're wondering what it's like to come work for us, we brought one of our clinicians, Jess, with us, and she's more than happy to answer questions during that period and also during the networking. This is our leadership team, and we are Telebehavioral Health US.
Thank you.
Any questions? My favorite color is orange. Thank you. Just kidding. Yes. Where are we based out of? We're based out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we are in 6 states: Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Florida, California, and Colorado. I can get a Medicare contract in an hour and 13 minutes in any state with a competent clinician. So where do you want me to be, sir? Yes, in the back. So do you want to?
Yeah, actually, a lot of our therapists are referred by our current therapists. They're finding that their life satisfaction, their ability to be present for their families, their free schedules is really, they're coming to us at this point. But once we scale to other states where we don't have clinicians currently present, we want to do some targeted marketing for the clinicians.
The other thing that's interesting is obviously a year ago, clinicians were coming to us because they were worried about their jobs. And now they're coming to us because of our reputation and because they know that you can work from home. We have a female dominated profession. Having flexible hours, having better wages is so incredibly important. I wish more female dominated professions would take this model. We need it. And so we right now, again, just like marketing, have to do very little recruiting. We did just update all of our technologies. We made a big investment over the past year in a new electronic medical record and bringing our environment more into a digital workspace so that we don't lose those important aspects of interacting with each other in person that occur that you might lose online. So we've created this new workspace, and we're right now poised to just start onboarding. We've updated I will say organizations, providers that have gone to telehealth during the pandemic do not have one thing that we have. And that's 260 pages of standard operating protocols and policies that were written prior to the pandemic on telehealth. We've been doing this since 2016. We were one of the first providers to be in network with Medicare across state lines in the country. And as far as I can tell, we might be one of the first all digital facility-less healthcare organizations, which also makes us more what? Green. And who doesn't love that? No commute. Yes, ma'am.
We just crossed our 1,000th patient request this last month.
Good question. The question was how many? Yes, sir. I don't believe we have many one and done. That is a good question. So the question was how many are one and done and how many are ongoing? That is a really good question. I don't think we see many one and done. What do you think? That's off the top of my head, though, and I'm biased.
I would say out of our appointment requests, the people that actually follow through and schedule their first initial appointment are continuous clients. We get very few that come for one session and then don't come back.
Average length of stay is about 9 months. Yes, sir. That is a good question. How do we manage quality control of our providers? One thing, again, healthcare organizations have to do that software companies don't have to do is provider oversight, clinical supervision. Our providers are required to attend 2 group clinical supervisions to present cases in accordance with our insurance companies. We're in network with 25 payers. So we have to operate in accordance with those payers. So we have to hold them as accountable as we would as if we were a facility healthcare organization with a location. So we do clinical oversight, we do chart audits, we're right now working on building a continuing education program, but we hire clinicians, train in evidence-based practices. I was a trainer in motivational interviewing, among other evidence-based practices for years. And so we really look for quality candidates and we offer clinical support and supervision. One of the worst environments you can have as a client, just so you know, is a clinically unsupported environment, which is what I've worked for those platforms. I tried this out before I did that, and you're left alone. The other thing you can't do as a platform provider is coordinate care, diagnose, provide treatment, write a treatment plan, and provide recommendations. According to your contract with Talkspace, you cannot do those things. So we have to operate just like any in-person facility. So part of our scaling model is to staff positions that would continue the oversight as we grow in clinicians. Does that answer your question?
Thanks, girls.
Thank you so much for your time.
All right, we have a little announcement. We got a few folks coming to the stage. Don't come all at once. So Jennifer Zunko with TCNewTech, Barb Termont with Newton's Road. We've got Mr. Keith Kelly with TC Codes. And who am I missing? Oh, you've got more. Bradley Madsen with NMA. And hello.
Got the gangs all here. Come on in. Hi, my name is Keith Kelly. I'm with 20 Fathoms. We have been talking to you. All of these people have been talking to you. And we know that there's a demand or a need out there for more local pitches, more local presentations, more local startup. And so as a result, we have created the Startup Week for Northern Michigan. And so we're going to give you a little rundown of what that looks like. You can see on the slide up here that it's going to be May 9 through 15. And we're just going to kind of run down and give you a quick overview of what to expect. Who's first?
So Monday on the 9th of May, picture yourself as a space enthusiast hosted by Atlas Space Operations with other space enthusiasts that are from this area and from other places that are bringing their intellect and projects for you to explore together. So it will be for people from age 10 to 99. So hope to see you there. It will be held at Hagerty Center on the Monday evening.
All right. So yeah, we got a couple events that NMA is helping out with. One of them, the first one is an investor luncheon. So that event is going to bring together a bunch of accredited investors from the area, would-be accredited investors, and then some founders in the area that are looking for funding. And we're going to get them together for an educational lunch event, which should be nice. And then also, should I hit that at the end or?
Run down the calendar. Wednesday.
On Wednesday, I'm Carrie from 20 Fathoms. On Wednesday, 20 Fathoms is hosting a startup expo.
So everybody related to the startup industry here in Traverse City, whether you're a startup yourself, if you're a professional service provider working with startups, if you're an investor, educator, anybody related to startups in Traverse City, come to 20 Fathoms. We're going to be opening up the building. We'll be working with Analytics as well as Atlas Space Operations. Their spaces will be open too. There'll be opportunities to learn more about what's going on. There'll be an expo, presentations from local innovators, and Eric is hiring a band. So it'll be a fun time.
Then on Thursday night, TCNewTech is really excited to be hosting the university pitch. We've done university pitch takeovers throughout the year, and they are some of the best and most inspiring pitches, great ideas that have gone off to do amazing things and ramp up. So we're going to limit it to 12 universities within the state of Michigan, bring their best and their greatest ideas. Students pitching, we want to foster a spirit of entrepreneurialism and give them an opportunity to meet with investors and to practice their pitch skills. And we'll have probably a cash prize, although it'll be free for anyone that wants to attend and watch the pitch event, just like we do at TCNewTech.
And down to Barb.
So Newton's Road, STEM Learning and Career Exploration, is working with local high school students. So on Friday night, we can have a invention pitch amongst those representing across our 5-county region. So we're going to take what Jennifer just explained about doing with the university students and adjust it down for what the high school students will do. And they will also be competing for prizes, but they'll be competing within their local institutions first and bring their best to the stage here at the Opera House on Friday night.
But wait, there's more. We want to get NMC involved. So on Friday night, we'll also have an NMC student pitch competition following Barb's high school competition. So we've had a couple of student groups come out of NMC through the makerspace. A couple of teams have pitched here and won and went on to create startups. We want to do a lot more of that. And so we're going to have an NMC pitch competition on Friday night as well. And then over to Bradley.
Yeah, and then finishing everything off, we're going to have a startup weekend. I don't know if you're familiar with those, but they run throughout the world. And this is a Techstars Startup Weekend. So that means on Friday, we get together folks, they pitch their idea, they form teams, they spend the entire weekend then developing that concept. And then at the end of the weekend on Sunday, they're going to pitch their startup idea to our panel of judges. And we're going to have some winners and some prizes on Sunday. So exciting startup weekend to finish it all off.
Yeah, so scan the barcode if you want to sign up for more information. Again, a fun-filled week, so please decide how you want to participate, whether it's as an audience member or maybe a startup team. Again, lots of opportunity. And again, if you'd like some more information, we've got a table outside and we can talk to you more about that out there. Thanks much. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. I didn't get a chance to say that that's Carrie with 20 Fathoms. And next, we'd like to invite Dakota and Garrett back. They pitched here in 2017. They own a company called Action Glow, and they're here to give us an update. Hey, guys. Good.
Hey everyone, thanks for having us back. We might bleed into our Q&A a little bit, so at the end we'll try to do some rapid fire questions if there are any. But we're excited to be back and give you guys a little update on what we've been up to since our last presentation in 2017. For those that don't know, Dakota and I are the Action Glow Bros.
So our entrepreneurial journey started a while ago, and it didn't take us long to graduate from the lemonade stand to find our passion for the action sports market.
We live in Traverse City, Michigan. I'm Dakota Porter, age 16. And I'm Garrett Porter, age 13.
We've come quite a long way since then, and so has our product.
Action Glow is an aftermarket LED lighting system for sporting equipment. We've got systems for snowboards, skis, bikes, longboards, surfboards, stand-up paddleboards, kayaks, and canoes. With Action Glow, you can express your personal style while adding an element of safety.
Last time we presented, we were excited to share with you guys a couple of things. The first was our full utility patent being issued, and the second was being featured on our first billboard. But a lot has happened since then.
Over the last few years, action sport enthusiasts have been normalizing night riding with Action Glow around the world.
We know we are on the right track with every photo that comes back from customers and even primates.
What's in there? Whoa, what is that? Ready?
Even with the disruption of COVID, we have amassed an incredible group of professional athletes that turn to Action Glow for their night riding adventures.
Such as Sani Oxenden, who is a snowboard influencer from Finland.
Professional longboarder Brandon Desjardins from Venice Beach, California.
Olympian and professional German surfer Leon Glotzer.
Professional kayaker Nick Troutman.
And Olympic gold medalist and world grand champion surfer Italo Ferreira.
Not only were we able to work with these incredible athletes, but over the last couple of years, we've had the opportunity to travel the world and work with these major action sport organizations and companies.
Like our ongoing partnership with the World Surf League, including a competition in Anglet, France called the Deeply Pro.
We're headed to France. Each year, the World Surf League hosts the nighttime surf competition in Anglet, France.
And the Onda do Bem competition in Ubatuba, Brazil.
And of course we were on board.
This is the future, folks. A star-studded super final with lit-up LED surfboards and lights on the beach. We've got Italo Ferreira, Miguel Blum. Welcome back to the Onda do Bem.
We sent partnerships with Red Bull.
And our latest feature in ABC's The Ultimate Surfer, as well as Jeep's NFL opener commercial.
Tonight, 8 are still in it for $100,000 and a chance to compete on the World Surf League Championship Tour. This is the Ultimate Surfer.
Attention surfers, the North Deck is lit right now. So head on over and bring your glowing personalities.
Lit surfboard. Oh, that's sick. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be so fun.
The lights were down low, the moon was at a sliver, there was lights coming out of my surfboard. It felt like I was in space flying through stars. I was electrified. I was illuminated.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Through the mud, the storm, the snow, and sand. This seat is for those that get down in it, to rise above the rest. Into the fray, the arena, the action. This seat.
So, what's next for us?
We will continue to create new generations of our product, Action Glow, expand into different markets such as hunting, fishing, and safety, and take a national tour in our converted school bus.
When everything settles from COVID, we'll be going back to the grassroots way of selling, like Nick Woodman did with GoPro and Jake Carpenter with Burren. We'll be taking our converted school bus, the Transporter, around the country, stopping at mom and pop surf, skate, ski, and bike shops, making personal connections with store owners face to face, and documenting our entire journey through a YouTube series we'll call Lead the Way.
Now, it would be silly of us to sit here and say we did this alone. We've had an overwhelming amount of support from the Traverse City business community, and we surrounded ourselves with the best mentors in the game, some of which are here today, actually. So these are accomplishments shared by everyone who has helped us get here.
Now, we are stoked for the future of our company, and we'd love if you guys followed our journey on social media. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. We ran into Q&A a little bit. Be happy to take any questions. We did run in a little bit as expected, but wow. Oh, we got, thanks, sorry. Yes, yeah, we definitely thought about that. We have seen that there's like the light up wheels, yep, for the roller skates. The only issue is our power supply, so it's a little bit bigger. It would be a little tough to strap onto a roller skate, but we've done ice skates before, so I can't see there'd be too much of a difference. Just finding a good spot for the power supply. Now we got some hands going.
We'll do it in the white jacket there.
Oh, that's a good
The
question.
favorite. I mean, the whole journey's been crazy, right? We started at such a young age. We started our company when I was 16 and Garrett was 13 years old. And it's exciting every day to wake up and get to do what you love. Getting to do competitions all around the world and show up there and have our presence there has been really incredible as well. Like Brazil and France, there's some really cool things. And to see the world champion and Olympic gold medalist surfer out there on our product is kind of a dream come true as well. So.
And I'm a fan of the Red Bull collaboration that we did. We've lived off of Red Bull, for the past 10 years growing this company. So it was cool to be able to collaborate with them on a project. That was fun. Way back, Russ. Yeah, it's been a while.
So we just came to give an update tonight. If people would like to follow along with our journey, that would be
Follow
amazing.
along. Yeah, follow us on social media, see what we're up to. But the support, has been more than enough. Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Thank
incredible.
you. Thank you for sharing that. Right on. Yes, sir.
Great question. So right now, kind of our biggest challenge during the scale up was more so production, right? We were making everything in-house, and we were just afraid that if the kind of idea of having these lights on your action sports started to blow up, right? And people were asking where to get it. And everything blew up that we wouldn't be able to keep up with demand. And so we had to streamline our production process. And so now we're able to kind of deal with that influx of orders. So that was kind of the biggest thing, is to get all the ducks in the row before that happened.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Great question.
Yeah, I like that. At least for me, I don't want to speak for Dakota, but it'd be networking. Getting out, and that we started giving presentations at little business plan competitions at 13 and 16. And we've just tried to attend as many events and stuff and get our name out there, because the people that really do come in to help, So I would say network as much as you can, get your idea out there.
And I would agree with Garrett. Networking, we've learned right off the bat, is extremely huge. Like Garrett said, we've brought on a nice handful of mentors from all around Michigan, Northern Michigan specifically as well. And we still to this day are reaching out to them to ask them questions or keeping them updated. And we're always, always having them to be there for us, like if we need anything. So, yeah.
We are, yeah, we're definitely looking. Yeah, we're definitely looking, for that end term goal right there, which is grow Action Glow until every night rider has an Action Glow system on their sporting equipment, and until more nighttime events have Action Glow as well, such as like the World Surf League competitions. So we definitely want to scale this thing as big as possible.
And then from there, we'll continue on and kind of entrench ourselves into different markets as well. So like Garrett said, hunting, fishing, other different markets. All right, last question. So that's a potential like licensing deal that we've talked about. Right now, we like to sell the aftermarket application because we can sell that to anyone that has an existing surfboard. No one has to be brand loyal. So like you said, burnt snowboards, whatever, if those had lights in it and someone wanted lights, they would have to buy a burnt snowboard. So it's nice to be able to have the flexibility to have it as an aftermarket system that can be applied onto any brand of sporting equipment. Well, thank you guys so
Thanks,
much.
guys. We'll be
Appreciate
around,
ya.
so we'll be happy to take more questions later.
Thank you.
Well, that was cool. Tim Murphy with Airdrop Gaming.
Thanks. It is an industry first for the gaming world.
An audio radar experience that helps the deaf and hard of hearing gamers to kind of hear movement using LED displays. And its creator lives right here in West Michigan.
So I can turn to wherever that sound event was that much faster. So you're doubling your senses, if you will.
Tim Murphy is the inventor and patent holder of Audio Radar. The Zeeland native built it all here in his gaming garage, working on the new technology for more than 3 years. It visualizes 7.1 surround sound, basically turning it into light. Tim calls it a big game changer for the deaf community.
They can now see audio events within games like Call of Duty Warzone and Fortnite, these big titles that have these really sophisticated 7.1 surround physics, if you will. We're now visualizing those for gamers that don't hear them. Now we're leveling the playing field.
6 LED light bars attached to your TV or monitor. So far, they've only tested it on popular shooting games.
If you hear footsteps coming up behind you, the light bar in the lower right-hand corner of your monitor or TV is going to start flashing to give you indications that, hey, someone's right behind you. Take a look. Or if a tank's coming up behind you, you have all your lights are just blowing up on the bottom of your screen and you know, hey, I better turn around, there's something happening.
It allows gamers to see what they can't hear. Plugging it into their Xbox, PlayStation, or computer, anybody can use it, but it's revolutionary for those who may be deaf or hard of hearing, like Dom Bearwood. We heard from him through an interpreter.
Extremely exciting. I can't even put words to it. I'm speechless at how exciting this is.
Dom started gaming when he was just a little boy with Super Mario on Nintendo. He says he's not super skilled, but loves to play.
Gaming is a big part of my life, but it's really helped me to see different parts of the world as far as like different perspectives and things like that. It gets me out of my own life, but also takes me out of reality sometimes and lets me just relax and have fun.
He too calls Audio Radar a game changer.
Because I never realized that there were so many different sounds in the game, like footsteps or shooting or background noises. I just never knew that those were there.
Tim spent time as a radar technician in the Navy and always wanted to introduce radar into the gaming world. After testing the concept on a focus group, he knew it would be a success.
There's definitely a big unmet need in the gaming community that we can fill with Audio Radar. There's no other device like this in market. And this, we believe, is just a simple yet sophisticated solution for that giant unmet need.
Pretty cool concept. Tim legally could not tell us if he signed a deal yet with a major company, but
Any questions? It's gonna be hard to follow the brothers. That's an awesome presentation. Hi, I'm Tim Murphy. I'm founder of Airdrop Gaming and inventor of Audio Radar. You just saw the video. I'm here. I'm seeking $700,000 for 10% equity in Airdrop Gaming. With that, let's get right into the numbers. Market opportunity. So there's a better chance that you have
some video gamers in your household than you do a set of clubs in the closet. So almost 2 out of 3 of Americans game. And out of that audience of people, about half of them video game versus a phone. And then out of that audience, about half plays shooter games like Call of Duty or Fortnite, some big titles. So looking at 227 million total video gamers in the country, we're looking at around 56 million that are just dedicated to games like Call of Duty. Now, as you saw in the video, Audio Radar is really designed for deaf and hard of hearing impaired gamers. And if you take about the 2.2% of the population that do have some level of hearing impairment, we're looking at an audience of about 1.25 million just in the US. Now, globally, America is number 2 next to China as far as number of gamers, but we're looking close to 1 billion, 700 million first-person shooter gamers in the world. So that's the market opportunity right now with Audio Radar. Sales forecast, looking year 1, 2022, looking at 25,000 units with a revenue of around $7.5 million. That's about 60 units a day. 4-year target, 200,000 units, looking around 60 million revenue. We have a lot of wind in the sails. So we had all our patents come through as of August 21, this past August, and that enables us to go to market. Thanks. It's been a couple of years of hard work working on these patents and going back and forth with Washington. And we had all the claims awarded, so it's a big deal. I'm going to scoot over here so I can see what I'm supposed to say. We have ongoing conversations with some major gaming peripheral companies. I'm not going to name them right now, but everyone in this room would know them. We have a live Indiegogo campaign going right now. It's about 75% funded. We're about halfway through, so it's doing really well. We just got contacted by a deaf gaming organization that's holding a hosted tournament at the Arlington Esports Arena, and they want us to outfit their rigs for the June 2022 event. We are in talks with the Esports Pro Deaf Gamer. I won't name names, but they may come on as a sponsor. We've been published just recently, so we just started doing kind of a soft PR launch when we did our Indiegogo campaign a couple weeks ago. We've been published in PC Gamer, Steam, Eurogamer, Rock Paper Shotgun, Fox News, and a lot of others. Just Google Audio Radar Airdrop Gaming. We've had a lot of organic retail interest, so people are calling saying, hey, when is this going to be on shelves? And then the coolest thing is we've had a lot of gamers and influencers reaching out already saying, hey, when is this available? One of the coolest things that's happened in the last couple of weeks, I recently spoke to a group of students that were in a product or in a gaming development class, and this is just one of the emails I got that I want to share with you guys real quick. So hi, Tim. I wanted to reiterate my thanks and share my story with you. About a month ago, I was informed by my doctor that my hearing loss is starting to accelerate and that I should expect to lose a majority of my hearing ability, if not all, in a short period. I was heartbroken because music and games are my favorite things in the world. I knew it wouldn't be impossible, but it'd be hard to adjust. When Ms. Kuzma told us that there was a company coming up with a solution, I almost cried. I won't have to give up gaming anymore. I cannot wait to see where this goes. I think Audio Radar will be revolutionary. The student. So it's that type of feedback that's been really fueling the fire for Audio Radar. And I think that's about my 5 minutes. So I'm open for Q&A. Any questions? Go ahead. So the biggest competition right now is Asus. They have a motherboard solution. So it's a PC dedicated Audio Radar. It picks up audio events within video games and displays it right on the screen. But it creates pixel on pixel noise, if you will. It clutters the screen. And it's also very dedicated to a certain motherboard and type of computer for it to work. And that's really the only competition in the market right now. Yes, sir. 700,000. Engineering, as far as
We have about 300,000 that would be dedicated to people. We want to pick up around 3 people on the team. It's just myself right now. And then we have $250,000 that would be an initial build of about 2,000 units. And then we have 150,000, which would be tooling and some remaining ME and EE. But to date, I've funded the project myself through my company, Airdrop Gaming. And it's been a ride. But yeah, I'm fully vested myself, and I'm just at a point where it's pretty tough to move forward without further investment. Yep, go ahead.
Hi. Do you plan to extend beyond the shooter market at all? Make your product as capabilities in other genres as well?
Right. So the question was, are we going to expand beyond the first-person shooter market? Yes, absolutely. Been working with deaf gamers, and we've even talked about movies, sound events. You can imagine lightning, thunderstorms, the zombie coming up behind you. You know, some indication that other things are happening within those types of settings. So yeah, other genres are definitely on the radar. Yes, sir. It all depends. COVID's kind of thrown us a curveball. It's been everything from $60 to $120 landed. It all depends on volumes. So the initial, 2,000 production is just going to be a market test. If you're doing 20, 30,000 units versus 1,000 units, the cost varies quite a bit. Sir in the back?
Yeah, do you have anything set up for like VR gaming or anything like that?
It's on the horizon. I am a giant VR fan myself. We got two VR setups in the garage. Yeah, eventually. Yes.
I don't know the numbers you have specifically, but mobile gaming is massive.
Right.
Maybe early days and similar to this question, but you have thoughts about mobile and you could apply your.
Mobile is a little bit tougher because 7.1 isn't super prevalent in mobile yet, but laptops, we do have a patented solution for laptops, which you haven't seen in this clip here. We also have a patented solution that's embedding the actual LEDs in the bezel of a computer monitor. So that's a big one on the horizon. Yes, sir. Yeah, this generation 1, so the question was, do the lights what do they tell you, essentially? And right now it's just directional audio events that take place within the video game itself. Gen 1 is just amplitude and direction. So it's not going to tell you the difference between footsteps and gunfire, or an overhead supply drop from an airplane versus footsteps. But I can tell you from using the system and the people that have been testing it with us, you get to know those through the light's behavior. And then you kind of know, oh yeah, that's humming a certain way, that light's moving a certain way. It's going to be an airplane coming from behind me to the right. So I'm going to look that direction. In the future, we want to work with game developers, start tagging audio events. So now footsteps are yellow or whatever you customize your experience to be versus red versus blue, that type of thing. So that'd be a Gen 2 and beyond.
I think we've got time for like one, two, one. I got one from the boss.
Yes, sir. Right. So if you're a full hearing gamer, you put on a stereo headset and you throw 7.1 out the window. So even if you're using games like Call of Duty, they spend a lot of time and effort to develop really good 7.1 surround physics in the game itself. But again, you throw on a headset to talk to your buddies and that all goes out the window. So having audio radar just reinforces those sound events. So now if I'm playing with the stereo headset, I'm full hearing and someone's trying to sneak up behind me and it sounds like it's in my left ear, I now know that that person's coming in front of me or on the side of me or behind me. So it just reinforces it. It gives you kind of bionic senses, if you will, doubles your senses in video games. Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much. So we are going to get ready to vote. So everybody's going to need their cell phones out, but I want to let you know that while we're voting, you can make your public announcements. So there'll be 30 seconds each. The rules are here. Don't forget the 30 seconds. And there are microphones in between each aisle, so you can make your way there. Get your cell phone out. Here are your directions to vote. Oh, and I have to start the voting. Oh, hold on one moment. Okay, now you can do it. So don't everybody rush to the microphone at the same time. We have about 3 minutes allotted, I believe, for 30-second announcements. Hi, Barb.
So name one thing that everybody presented on that stage has in common. And if you know me, you probably know what it is. STEM education. In order to make these things, create these things, design these things, test these things, you need our young people to know and have and love those skills. And so that's what Newton's Road's about. We're trying to help create that pipeline for the careers that are making this awesome stuff. And you know what? You need a paddleboard up there for people like me with the lights at night. Okay, so we're at the table out there. We have a $20,000 Meet the Match from RG Inc., and we need your support. I have to have it by the end of the year, so please come and talk to us. Thank you.
We have 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining.
Hey, I'm Steve McEwen. I'm a digital strategy consultant out of Zeeland, and I help businesses to understand the effectiveness of their online efforts and to take a data-driven approach to optimizing their websites, their online sales channels, social media networks, and online advertising. You should have data to reliably understand the way your customers engage with your business online, to understand where those customers are coming from, and to understand the return on your digital investments. And I can help you with that. My website is smqconsult.com. Thank you.
Awesome. We have time for one more announcement.
Yeah, hello. My name is Brian Van Voorst, and we have a teleworkers meetup group in town. How many of you have a neighbor, friend, cousin, or somebody who is hiding out working in the spare bedroom of their house for some other company somewhere else? Right, and they do not get to go to happy hours or play in the Little League team or whatever, right? So the meetup group is for people. I work for a company based in Boston. The meetup is for people to get together and meet other people who are hiding out in their house, working, and get to socialize. Last month, we have the next meetup is next week. Last month, I met somebody, I love this, I'm not gonna out them. Last month, I met somebody who is working for the city of Seattle in Traverse City.
Woohoo!
Go Traverse City. Thank you. I have these cards, I'm happy to hand them out so you can get the information.
Thank you. Okay, before we make the big announcement, oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. We have a lot of support from our sponsors, so we want to take a moment and say thank you to Susan Salfordini with State Farm, all of those SCORE representatives who are supporting our pitch folks, as well as our local entrepreneurs and businesses, Northern Michigan Angels and all of their generosity, Michigan Creative Coast through Traverse Connect, per the usual, and our beautiful Miss Sarah with Michigan Broadband Fiber Internet. Okay. It's going to be live in real time if I can do this properly. Woo. So congratulations to Telebehavioral Health. So Jen is writing the check, but you can come on up and get ready for a photo moment. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is this still on? We just want to say thank you. More important is just the recognition of, again, I talk too much about the problem, but we have to start talking about this as a problem as a country. So we appreciate your confidence in your vote. It means a lot to us, and that helps us keep going. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. That's incredible. Thank you.
I've never gotten a big check.
Oh
I've
my
never gotten a
gosh.
big check. Oh my God, it's huge. I feel like I just went to your house. Wait, can we get Jess up here too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on, Jess. This is one of the brave clinicians that jumped on board with us. Come on. Here. Slide that over.
Photographer, calling all photographers.
Do we get to take it?
Just to your seat. Just yours. We'll make sure we get you the real deal. Courtesy of DGN. Yeah. Thank you so much. Congratulations. So, of course, we want to thank our Pitch Prize sponsors. We have had a lot of support from all of these folks over the years, and we are always open to collecting more donations. Thank you, DGN, Forefront, and folks. We would also like to thank our in-kind sponsors. So if you have something that you feel like photography would be great.
Well, also,
And what?
take note that Jimmy John's of Traverse City donated all those great sandwiches for us. So if there's any more out there, help yourselves. But yeah, if you get a chance, stop by Jimmy John's and tell them thank you for providing us with sandwiches.
And finally, this job board, if you were too nervous to make your way to the microphone, but you need work or you have a job, please visit our job board. It is free and powered by TrueJob, and you can post everything that you need there. TCNewTech.org. Find the link for job board. What am I saying? Thank you to our board. Oh, yes. Thank you to our presenters, our audience, and our main sponsors, Michigan Broadband Services. And thank you to our board members for all that you do to keep the organization running.
Wave if you're a board member, so people know. Kelly Ignace.
Yay. A lot of behind the scenes work goes into making this event awesome for everybody. So we're going to be back here for the bar napkin ideas on December 7th. We hope to see you there. Are we going somewhere after this?
Yeah, I think we're going to all.
Where's everybody going? We have happy hour. Go to the workshop and go out here and patronize our bar, and we'll see you next month. Thanks.
Yeah, the dish is. Yeah.